Testing the sound, 1, 2, testing the sound. All right, everybody, welcome to our webinar today. Today is Tuesday, November 21st. My name is Andrew Newman. I will be the host of our webinar today. A couple of housekeeping tips just to make sure that everything goes smoothly. We will be answering any of your questions, comments, or concerns about ClickFunnels live here on the call. Any questions that you have, it would be best if you directed them into the chat inside of the Zoom room where we are all attending. If you're attending on Facebook or if you are attending on YouTube, you can ask the questions there as well. I will be fielding those, but I am trying to filter through those three different monitors all at the same time. So bear in mind that if we want to keep them up to speed, just put them right here inside of the webinar chat room for Zoom, and we will handle those ones first. And then anything that we post on top of our comments in the chat section on YouTube or in Facebook, we will grab those secondary. So my name is Andrew. Again, here on this webinar, we'll be answering any questions you guys have. So if you do have any questions that you have about ClickFunnels that are related to ClickFunnels, not necessarily something that we have to dive into your account and take a look at troubleshooting, that's something that you'd want to direct to our support team. They'll be able to help you with that. But if you have some questions about it, we can answer those here live. We can do some demonstrations as well. In fact, I'm going to set up a screen share. So if anybody can, go ahead in any of the chats that we have on any YouTube, Facebook, or here in Zoom, let me know if you can see my screen. Just type a Y there and let me know. Sounds like we can get, we got sound coming through. I do have a question coming in on YouTube from Alexander, and Alexander is asking, is it possible to change the name on a submit button when it says submitting? I cannot find the code. Okay, so as far as it's saying submitting, that is just the action on the back end. You can't change what it says there. You can only change what is displayed before the person clicks on it. So when they click on that, that's going to be something that they're going to see. So it might be possible, because obviously nothing is impossible with ClickFunnels or with anything on the internet, really, that you could change it to change to say something besides submitting, but that would require a developer to go in there and make those changes, or some custom script, something of which, of course, we don't actually offer support for. But other than that, I'm at a loss for words, wouldn't be able to help you change that. So hopefully that helps. If you have any more questions, just feel free to let me know or follow up on that one. Still not seeing any questions coming in the Zoom chat, which is fine. We do have some coming in on YouTube. David is asking, how often will these live Q&As be happening? Right now, David, the schedule for these is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, the same time right here at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This week, of course, we are celebrating a holiday in the United States. It's Thanksgiving. That is happening on Thursday. So we won't be actually doing a live call here this week on Thursday. So we will have today and tomorrow. You can show up here, get your questions answered live. Mark Bangerter, myself, and Glenn Buchanan are the ones that are hosting these webinars, and most of the time. So you will hear from us pretty much every single time. So hopefully that helps answer your question there. Next question is coming in from, looks like Tanya. These are all coming in on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't see anything coming in through Zoom. So that's okay, no problem. But if you are posting anything in Zoom and I'm not seeing it, just to let you know where we are pulling from, the cute questions that are coming in are on our YouTube channel where this is actually displaying. So Tonya is asking, can you use information from more than one business, an online business as well as another business? Okay, so as far as you can use ClickFunnels for any online business, obviously. It helps you build sales funnels for those. You can use that for an offline business as well. Of course, it will be an internet presence. So there's no really limit to what you can use ClickFunnels for with relation to building websites, sales funnels, things of that nature. But just keep in mind, it's more geared toward online marketing and being able to get a presence on the internet. Driving traffic to your brick and mortar business is not impossible with ClickFunnels. In fact, we have a very large number of members that are doing it very successfully. If you have any questions about how that would work, the best place to go would be our Facebook group. Just simply go in there, ask your question. There's a little over 100,000 people in the group. They'll be more than happy to go in and deep dive, answer questions, comments that you might have, give you some feedback, help you make some decisions there. So hopefully that helps with that. We'll go and move on to our next question here in the queue. Still not seeing anything coming into Zoom. So we'll go back here to our YouTube where all the activity and action is happening. Next question is coming in here. Let's see. Scroll up for a moment. From Queenie Brown. When you create a webinar using the perfect webinar, how should I set up the submit button? Should it go to the next step in the funnel or? Okay, so essentially the submit button, if you're referencing the submit button on the webinar registration page, typically what you're going to see is you're going to click the submit button and I'm going to see a page that tells me, congratulations, it's been successful, I've been registered. It's also going to give me a time. It's going to allow me to place that on my calendar, whether it's Outlook or Google or whatever my calendar might be. At the same time, letting me know to check my email for instructions as to when the webinar is going to be happening, if it's happening tomorrow or the next day, whenever that's going to be. And also let them know that they're going to be receiving an email reminder prior to that webinar, possibly a text message, whatever that might be. So again, Queenie, a lot of this is more in relation to your strategy. You may want them to go to something else. Personally, I would send them to that thank you page that gives them the information that they need prior to attending the webinar. That's what Russell does as well. So hopefully that helps. Next question here is coming in, looking from Alexander here, and is saying, is it possible to send an email to only the people who don't have a tag? I see only hashtag in the action funnel rules. Okay, so for example, yes, you can, because if you can tag something by what has, you can, or if you can filter something by something that has a tag, obviously what does not have a tag will be on the opposite side of that filter. So for example, if I were to go in here, hopefully you guys can see my screen. If I were to go into here on my Action Etics and I were to click on, email lists, I can add a new list. I can pull all the people from my contact database onto a smart list by whatever tag is present. Okay, so we're going to call this a demo. So add my first rule. So this one will be on a static list that it will pull them from. So this isn't actually the rule that we want to go into. Bear with me while I find the actual rule for tags. Under contact, more than likely. So we go here, has tag is equal to my tag. Now I don't actually use tags inside of my Etics account, but if you were to do that, you'll pull all of the people from your contact list that has a tag, my tag, onto this list. That would mean everybody who's not on this list is not associated with that tag. So hopefully that kind of gives you an example of how you could pull the contacts from your list that are not tagged with a specific tag. Next question that we will have come in is coming in from Alex. And let's see here. I remember seeing a ClickBank setting somewhere in ClickFunnels. How does that work? Okay. So as far as ClickBank goes, ClickBank is similar to a payment processor. What you would do is you would put your funnel inside of ClickFunnels for your ClickBank product. Then instead of using all of ClickBank's system for creating the funnel, you just build it out in here, and then you would link it to your ClickBank account. That will allow all of the affiliates in ClickBank to use their accounts to promote your product. All of the transactions will be sent through ClickFunnels to ClickBank so that all of the tracking is all done on that side. So it's basically just the funnel that you are building for your potential affiliates or for the customers on ClickBank to be able to go through when they're purchasing it. Everything else is handled on the ClickBank side. Now, once you've done that, you actually integrate ClickBank with your account. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. If you guys can see my screen, because I can't see it on YouTube right now, if you could let me know in the chat there on YouTube, because it's actually where I'm able to see everything. Let me know if you can see my screen, because otherwise this is all for naught when I'm sharing this information. So let's say, for example, in this case here on November 21st, our webinar. I'm still not seeing any feedback on that, but that's okay. I'll continue moving forward until I do. Here under the settings, bear with me. You can actually see under here, these are the webhooks for third-party membership access. So if you're selling a product on ClickBank where they need to purchase membership access and get access inside your ClickFunnels account, you would add your product here, and all of this would be in relation to your integration with your ClickBank account. So give it a moment while this loads. And I'm going to double check the chat over here just to make sure. Okay, so we do see it. People are giving us feedback on that. Do appreciate that. Thank you. So your billing integration right here, you'll be able to see that ClickBank is there. So that's how you would treat your ClickBank integration with your funnel, is just by integrating it here in this step, just like you would a payment processor. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Alex. If you have some more follow-up on that, just feel free to let us know here in the chat, and we'll do our best to revisit that. Or if you need some more clarity, you also have the opportunity of open up a support request and we can help you there. So Jason here is asking, we are running traffic to a book funnel. Opt-ins are 8%, but sales are 0 after 100 unique visits from targeted traffic on Facebook. The book is free, pay shipping, handling a bump, audio is hidden, of course. The book was for $37. Where would you suggest we look for the issue? Is it the two-step order page, or would it be the built on the page that it's built on? One thing that I would do is double check, go through the funnel yourself and make sure that your connections are all accurate. Can you buy your book? If you can't buy your book, nobody else can either. So that would be the very first thing that I would do from a technical aspect. If it's not working, everything appears to be set up correctly. Again, what you're going to want to do is send a support request, and we'll be able to help you with that. As far as strategy goes, okay, from the audience on Facebook to the way your design and layout goes on your page, it's not something that we are actually in a position to be able to do here on the Q&A webinar. That's something that you'll want to do Go to our certified partners at marketplace.clickfunnels.com. There is a group there of people who are experts in just about every area that you can think of with relation to marketing and building, graphic design, everything funnel related. You can reach out to them. They'll be able to help you in specific areas of their expertise. There's profiles. You can see who is who. And oftentimes there's testimonials in those profiles as well. Another option for you is to reach out to the Facebook community. In there, obviously, there's a lot of experts who are really good at free plus shipping offers and things of that nature, especially with books, targeting the audiences and a lot of different areas to take a look at. So unfortunately, we're not able to give you that marketing advice here on the call, but technically what I would do is go through and see if the integrations, your payment gateways, everything are actually functioning correctly. If they are, then I would seek out somebody to give you some coaching on the marketing side of that. So hopefully that helps. And then we'll move in here to next question that we have. Looks like it is coming from Queenie, and Queenie Brown is saying, should I submit order or submit form? Okay, so depending on what it is that you're asking here, and I think this is in relation to your previous question on the webinar. So if you are in the process of setting up your webinar, and the first thing what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to submit the form, because it's basically an opt-in. Make sure it is the webinar templates, of course, because that's what triggers all of the webinar related magic that happens in the background. But the webinar registration page behaves very similarly to an opt-in form. So you'll want to use the submit form command. So next question is coming in from Robidello. Marta, hopefully I said your name correctly. When you buy ClickFunnels, is it a one-time fee or 6 months? Okay, so ClickFunnels itself is $97 a month or $297 a month. Those are the two primary plans that we have. There's a 2-week free trial that you get with ClickFunnels. We do have an offer. One of the offers is called Funnel Hacks, which is actually in the process of being phased out and being replaced by Funnel Builder Secrets. Both of those offers will give you ClickFunnels at the Edison Suite level, the $297 package, for free for the first 6 months. So you get a 6-month trial when you pick up one of those offers. You also get some bonuses associated with that. And if you're interested, you could watch the webinar to find out exactly what those are all about. That can actually be found inside of right there on the homepage. Actually, you can register for the webinar, or inside of your ClickFunnels account, you can also register for the webinar on the right side of your panel right here. You can register right there. So that is the offer with respect to the 6 months free. So hopefully that helps with that question. Next question is coming in from Adrian. Adrian is saying, I'm trying to add products that are available from credit card purchase and PayPal purchase for the same product. Okay. So essentially, Adrian, what you're going to do is PayPal does not actually do the transaction inside of the site. Generally speaking, when you're using PayPal, it takes you offsite to their page where you put your email address in and all that wonderful stuff. So what you're going to do inside of your funnel, so we'll use this funnel, for example, to accept both PayPal and, say, for example, Stripe or whatever you're using for your payment processor. We'll call this an order page demo. Is you would set this page up like you would normally set it up as an order form. Okay, so we'll just grab a random template. It doesn't really matter what the template is. We're going to integrate this as we normally would. We're going to create the product as we normally would. But we're also at the same time going to go into our settings tab up here, and we're going to integrate this funnel with PayPal. So we're going to set up the product under here, under your third-party membership access. And by following the instructions, obviously in our knowledge base to set up PayPal, you have some settings that need to be made on your PayPal account to make this work correctly. You would simply choose PayPal from the billing integration, and you would follow the steps here. And then on the order page, what you would want to do is you'd want to place a button that offers them, say, check out with PayPal, click here, or something like that. You can see that option on a lot of funnels around. And what you do when they click on that button is it simply takes them out to the PayPal ordering process, bypassing the order page within ClickFunnels. Now, provided you set up your PayPal integration correctly, what you'll do is you'll put the link on the button that takes them out to that page, and PayPal will communicate back with ClickFunnels and let ClickFunnels know that that person has purchased to open up any membership access or whatever it is that you might be delivering through ClickFunnels to that particular customer. So I hope that helps with that question. If you want some follow-up, go ahead and ask. We'll be happy to do that if it's within the time limit. So we're going to move on to the next question, which is coming from, give me a moment while I find where I was. Okay, next question is coming in from Alex. Where can I get a ClickFunnels t-shirt from? I live in the UK. Okay, so there's a couple of different places. Funnelswag.com allows you the opportunity of purchasing a lot of the awesome swag that we get to wear here as funnel hackers. The next thing that you can do, if you complete some of the steps in the funnel game, so for example, if we go out here to our homepage on our funnels, if you see here the funnel game, if you complete these steps here on the right-hand side, you will actually have the opportunity, as you can see here, get your t-shirt. So right here on the right-hand side, go through, put in your t-shirt size, and then update those account settings. And then you get the t-shirt when you complete the steps in the ClickFunnels game. So that's a way that you can get your complimentary t-shirt on us for just being a valued member of ClickFunnels. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. Hopefully that helps. Obviously, if you have any more questions about that, you can open a support request. One of the support team members will be happy to get you in touch with the right people to make sure that the t-shirts are out there for you to have. So hopefully that helps. Alexander is saying, yeah, I think I can do it like this. Okay, perfect. Outstanding. Glad that was able to answer your question. Randy, you were saying, yes, I can see this. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. I do appreciate that, Alex. Same thing. Got a lot of feedback on that one. Outstanding. All right, Alexander, you are asking, is there a new Braintree drop-in UI available? The integration looks better and is better usable and supports more languages. Are you planning to integrate the new version into ClickFunnels? Okay, so as far as Braintree goes, Braintree is the one that made the decision that it wasn't going to integrate with ClickFunnels. One bad apple type thing. We had some issues there with that, but they are the one. It's on their end that we're not integrating with their platform. So I'm not sure what the future of that is. Obviously, if you were to reach out to Braintree and basically petition, right? With squeaky wheels get the grease, and if we got a lot of people chomping at the bit to want to be able to use their service with ours, then it might work out a little bit in the future where we can change that. However, right now, we just simply do not have any new integrations being supported with Braintree. If you were already integrated with Braintree prior to that integration being discontinued, then you have the opportunity of continuing to use it as long as you don't disconnect. If you disconnect it, then of course, you won't be able to reconnect. So hopefully that helps answer that question with relation to Braintree. Vic is saying, hey there, I love ClickFunnels, super new. I have Actionetics and I'm loving what I learned so far, but I'm trying to figure out how to send a series of emails over a period of days. Do I use an action funnel? Okay, so the answer to that, Vic, is yes, you do. So a couple things inside of ClickFunnels, inside of Actionetics. If you look at Actionetics like a typical autoresponder, you would need a email list, and you would need a form. You would also need a campaign to send them. So there's three things that you're going to need. Your form inside of ClickFunnels is obviously the funnel. Inside of Actionetics, your campaign is considered an action funnel. It's a series of actions that a person is going to go through while they are going through your funnel, your sequence of events. So close this out right here, a little bit of extra stuff on the page. So what you're going to need is you're going to need to create an action funnel. Now, each action funnel is going to be associated with a list. If a list is what you populate from your form. So the people going through your funnel, they will be added to that list. Let's say, for example, it's an opt-in list. You would then have a series of emails that go out from your opt-in list or to your opt-in list from the action funnel. In this case, let's just go through, I've got so many random stuff in here. So I just go through this series right here would go to that person, depending on how you have it set up. Now, if you want it to go out over a series of, say, for example, 7 days, we can go in here, add a step. We set the delay in hours or in days. So let's say, for example, every 24 hours, I'm going to put 1 day. This is email 1. And we'll set that up. And then we can choose a template. From our templates, email 1 will go out after 1 day. Let's add another one. In this case, we're going to go to day 2. This is email 2. And this is going to be set next in the sequence. And then we select our template. And this will go out to the subscriber on day 2. And then you just complete the sequence to however many days that you want this to go. So hopefully that answers your question. A couple things you're going to need. You're going to need somewhere for them to opt in. You're going to need a list for them to be populated on once they do. And you're going to need a series or an action funnel, a series of actions for your system to take to get them to buy your product, right? And then that's what this is right here. So those are the three things that you're going to need. Hopefully that helps. Next question we will grab coming in here is coming from Jason saying, everything is working fine. That's outstanding. Tanya is saying, does ClickFunnels have an affiliate program? The answer is yes, it does. You can promote ClickFunnels and you will earn 40% on all of the plans that you sell. So for example, if you're selling a $97 plan, person signs up with that through your affiliate link, you will earn $38 and some change every single month that person is a member of ClickFunnels. If they happen to sign up on the Edison Suite, that's a $297 plan, you will earn $118 and some change every single month that member is a member of the affiliate program or a member of ClickFunnels. How you do that inside of your account, if you're already a ClickFunnels member, is you simply go up to your account right here where it says affiliates. If you click on that, I'm not going to click on that because I have an active affiliate account and there's stuff going on in there. So I'm not going to click on it. But if you click on that, it's going to have either if you've submitted your tax form or if you haven't, you'll need to do that. You need to submit that following the instructions that are there. And then you'll be able to grasp your affiliate links there inside and start promoting those. There's a number of them. We have a lot of products that are available to you. Should you have any questions about that, obviously feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to assist you. Reaching out is as simple as going right down here and clicking on that button there, and you'll be able to ask any questions that you have with relation to your ClickFunnels account. So the next person is asking here, Alexander, the solution with PayPal and Stripe we're using together is great. Does the one-click upsell also work? Okay, so PayPal itself does not lend itself to the one-click upsells. Braintree does, but that's a PayPal company, but they're two completely different, they're two separate entities. PayPal itself will require that information to be placed in every single upsell. So for example, if you ever purchased a product through JVZoo uses PayPal. So every single time that you take an upsell in one of the funnels from their system, you are prompted to enter your payment details once again. And that's one of the drawbacks of using PayPal, but it's not necessarily a make you or break you deal, because obviously PayPal is one of the largest payment processors online and everybody trusts it, because as a consumer, I personally trust PayPal. And if you take PayPal, obviously you're a trustworthy business, because PayPal doesn't do business with people who are unscrupulous, at least not intentionally. So hopefully that helps a little bit more clarity on that one for you. Alexander, next question we have is coming in from, looks like Adrian, and it's a follow-up. It was, thank you for the answer, but my question was not to manage, but to put on the order page the two payment options, credit card and PayPal. You can put them on the order page. You just simply place the button there. So let me kind of go here really quick and show you what I meant. So here we go to Browse Funnels, and I will grab that right here. So here on the order page, let's say, for example, this is our order page. This is set up to take whatever your payment processor is. In this hypothetical example, we will use Stripe. So what I want to do is I want to add another button. So in this button right here, I can make it an image, whatever I would like. Here on the button text, I say checkout with PayPal. And then when I set the action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a website URL. The URL that I place right here is going to be the URL that you get from PayPal. It's the same one as your webhook URL. It's under the little email tab inside your PayPal account. There's an email that a link there. It's long. It's got a whole bunch of crazy stuff on it, but you'll place that link right here, and that's how PayPal is going to communicate back and forth with ClickFunnels. So you could do this with an image, you could do this with text, you could do that with anything. You're just basically hyperlinking the button, the image, or the text to that link that you get from PayPal. So if I'm on the order page here, if I preview the page, what will happen is if I say I want to click, whoops, I didn't save it. Save. Refresh. There we go. Okay, so now right here, if I choose click with PayPal, what it'll do is it'll open a new tab, and then it'll be going through the PayPal process that way. So that's, hopefully that makes more sense. And if it doesn't, obviously, just go ahead and throw your question in the comment section there, and I'll be happy to clarify anything else that we may have overlooked. So next question is, when you get a chance, do you set up a auto text and email with Actionetics? Or how do you set up auto text and email with Actionetics? I'm assuming when you say auto text, are you referencing, this is coming in from Bobby, are you referencing a text message? If you are, how you do this inside of Actionetics is right here. What first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to integrate with Twilio. So that you'll need to go here to your integrations tab, boom, right there. And you're going to need to go to twilio.com and sign up with their services here. Now they're going to give you all this wonderful little data and you're going to integrate that with your account. That's going to allow you to send text messages as well as emails to your subscribers. Then in the action funnel, whatever funnel it is that you're setting up, what we'll do here is we'll just go to this demo random one, doesn't matter. We'll add a new step. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to do an action. So this is going to be send a text. And we're going to delay this. Let's do it for an hour. Okay. Oh, no, we're going to do an action. We're going to send a text message. So we're going to send that text message. We're going to add this to the funnel step. Now, provided that your account is integrated with Twilio, that's what will send the message, just like the SMTP server with SendGrid, Send13, or whatever it might be that your account is linked with, will send the email. Twilio is what sends the text message. So you can say, hey, join us live now, right? Or whatever it might be. Select your integration. This is going to be the one there, and then update that text. Now this one right here will go out. It will show your queue, any rules that you want to apply. So for example, I only want to send this to people who visited my funnel step XYZ. You could do that there as well. So this is how you would set that up. If this is what your question was, if it wasn't, feel free to just go ahead and post in the chat there what anything that I might have misinterpreted, and then we'll go over that. So next question coming in from, looks like Alexander, sad to hear that Braintree did this. It's not necessarily a bad thing per se. They are looking out for their members overall. They don't want to be associated with anything that would tarnish them, not necessarily ClickFunnels, but the behavior of some people who are a little questionable in their marketing. So anyways, but if we can use Stripe and PayPal together, like you're saying, and the one-click upsell also works for PayPal, it would be a good workaround. Unfortunately, the one-click upsell does not work with PayPal. That would require them to actually put their email address in every single time to make that work. So unfortunately, that is the case with that. Next question here is coming in from Alex, and Alex is saying, is it possible to become a ClickFunnels business partner? I don't mean co-owning, I mean like a certified partner. I live in a place where it has the biggest trending real estate in Europe. Now, Alex, we do have a certified partner program. It is currently not open to the public anymore. We are focusing more on the current members of that program, helping them get to the next level with their businesses. It may be opening up in the future. As of right now, it's not taking any more applicants, but that doesn't mean in the future it won't. Now, on the flip side of that, you don't necessarily need to join the certification program to bring ClickFunnels to local businesses. You could become an affiliate doing the same thing. And when you bring it to them, you can charge them your fee, whatever that might be for consulting, as well as signing them up with an affiliate funnel that you created for them. You'll earn the commissions on that on the back end. That will give you a couple of streams of income from bringing this to the market in your local community. So hopefully that helps. And again, just you could reach out to our support team and ask if the certification program has been opened back up or not, and they'll be able to assist you there in the future for follow-up, because it is a really good program to be a part of. There's a lot of perks that go along with that. We'll cover that here on the webinar, but just something to think about for the future. So the next thing to hear in the chat is we have a question coming in from Margaret. Margaret is saying, if we are only using the $97 program, as someone makes a purchase, what is the best way to send an email to the account holder telling them someone has bought something? Okay, so this is actually quite simple. So what you'll do is, since you don't have Actionetics, you're still going to need SendGrid, Send13, SendLane, any SMTP server that will connect with ClickFunnels, your own, whatever it might be. You're going to need that because that's what sends the email. The next step in the process here under the automation tab is to add a new action, add a new email, or send a text. In this case, we are going to add an action. The action in this case is going to be a notification email. So we're going to send a notification will place my email at my.com, right? So that will be your email. This is, you can do this, whatever. You can type in whatever you want there. Condition will be everybody. And all that, this will send a notification email to the person that you place here. If you have more than one person, you simply put a comma, go to the next line and say my email 2 or 1 or whatever at my.com, and then so on and so forth. And then this will send a notification to every single person who you list here with relation to somebody completing that step. So hopefully that helps answer that question. We'll move to the next one coming in from, looks like Adrian. And Adrian is saying a graphic question. I'm trying to modify some elements, for example, the height and row or a section, because I can't find the options. Not a problem. So basically what you're going to be doing here, pardon me, is you'll go into your editor. Bear with me while I load it. Sorry, my voice is getting a little scratchy. It happens. Okay, so basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to edit the height and row of a section. So you can see here we have rows, sections, and columns. If we go into manage our rows, we can actually click on, say, the left row sidebar. We have all of our options right here to add the border, radius, anything that we want to do to that particular element can be done here. So if we want to change the width, we could do it there. We want to add padding, we can do it here. We want to add it to the bottom. We want it to add it to the left, we can do that here. Also, another wonderful little tool is this CSS Info here. So this is a left sidebar row, okay? If I use this selector, and I'm savvy enough inside of CSS, I can simply go into my, my settings tab here, and I can add custom CSS. So if I place this into here, I'm now targeting that specific section, and I can add in any margin right here. If I want to add that, I can edit this, say I want 12 pixels, right? So now at this point, I just added a 12 pixel margin to that particular row using the CSS. Obviously, it's a little bit more advanced, but if you know how to code with CSS, that's how you would do that. And you can find the selector right there inside the editor element right down here underneath that little pound sign. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Probably not exactly the easiest answer that you were looking for if that CSS step was a little bit advanced, but don't worry about that. It's something that anybody can learn. So we'll go here and get the next question coming in. Looks like coming in from Maushi. I hope I didn't say her name wrong, Maushi. How can I add a subject line to the emails? I mean, in the email sequence. Now, this is going to be dependent on if you have Actionetics or if you are using just the standard ClickFunnels plan. We're going to go into Actionetics, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first step here, inside of your Actionetics, we're going to go to Action Funnel, and we're going to go down here to our little demo Q&A thing here. So what I want to do is I want to edit the subject line. So the first step here, we can go into the setup, and we can edit the initial subject line right here under the name. That's going to be what's over here. Then we go into the settings, and this is going to be the name of the actual email step. So go here, remove them from the opt-in list. Then what we want to do inside of the email. So I'm going to go to an email itself instead of a action. Inside of the action, go into the settings. You'll see here, this is the from name. Here's your subject line. This is the first subject right there. So this is going to change. This is what will show in the inbox. Then there's another one when you open up the email editor, which is your pre-header, which is here. So the subject line, that part right there is the one that we just edited. The pre-header will be right here. This is the pre-header. So when you look at an email box in your inbox, you'll see the subject line, and then you'll see kind of like a brief bit of data that's like a tease as to what the first couple of lines of that email are. That's what this is right here. So that is the two places where you will edit the header in an email. And the next question coming in from Mushi is, can I build funnels in the $97 subscription? The answer to that is absolutely. That is actually what the $97 plan consists of. So the $97 plan consists of ClickFunnels, where you get access to the editor, you get full functionality. The only difference is you don't have Actionetics or Backpack, which means you don't have the the automation capabilities that come with running your campaigns through Etics, and then you don't have the ability to add in a affiliate program for others to promote your product. So that's the only difference. Everything else is all there. You still can send emails from the funnel steps like we were going over earlier from the automation tab. It's just not as smart, and you don't get the pretty little email editor. You get the WYSIWYG editor, you get the text editor. So hopefully that helps answer that question. Next question is coming in. Adrian is saying, I know CSS, so perfect, great. Can we do the same thing with membership access? The answer is yes. There is you can use CSS in that as well. Just be cautious because you can break the page if you inject the wrong code. And then once the page is broken, there's not a lot that we can do in the support desk to be able to help fix it. You literally have to rebuild the page from scratch. So anything that you do, always back it up. Always be backing it up. Always be saving. So hopefully that helps answer that question. We are coming up at 38 minutes into this webinar, so we do have about 7 minutes left. I don't have any more questions in YouTube. Give me a moment while I review some of these other avenues that we do have questions coming in from. Excuse me. Okay, so we do have some here in Zoom, which is outstanding. Sorry, I was not paying attention to the Zoom chat while we were in the other chat logs there. So let me go through this really quick. Okay, Barbara is asking, when I put my URL for the funnel, it goes to another funnel on ClickFunnels, not to my Shopify. That sounds something like you're going to have to reach out to our help team, our support team on that, Barbara. I'd have to look at your funnel and see the behavior to see what's going on. Generally, if you want it to go to, say, for example, to a Shopify cart or something like that from your funnel, all you would do is simply take that link, put that on the button, they click the button, it takes you over there. So if that's not happening, that's something that we're going to have to take a deeper look and get into to make sure that nothing is acting crazy from that point. So do open up a support request for that, Barbara, and we'll get you squared away. Next question we have is coming in from Gloria. Gloria is saying, how do I add the two new steps to my funnel, policy and procedure, privacy and income disclosure? Okay, so these are just pages. Essentially what personally I like to do is I have 153 funnels in here, but somewhere in this list of 153 funnels, I have 3 pages, which is my About Us, Terms of Service, and Income Disclaimer page. Now, how I use that is it depends on basically your layout, right? So whatever your strategy is here, I'm going to give you a couple of ways that you could place these on your page. And help you go forward from there. So if you have these static pages, they're just in their own separate funnel. All you need is the link, this link right here, or the link right here to the actual page step itself. So just to give you a little bit of a tutorial here, this right here is the link to the funnel step. This page itself has its own independent link, which you will see right here. This is the path to that specific link. So here, if you take that path, put it there, you get that page, right? So essentially, if you just take this link right here, that will be the link that we'll copy just for this example. We're going to go into the page editor. So right here, we go to the page editor. See this footer right here? We can turn this into anything that we want. We can hyperlink the text. We could have that go to our terms of service, wherever we want to go. We also have this option. I'm going to add in a new element. In this case, it is a navigation element. Right here, you can see that. What this does is this adds those pretty standard looking clickable links down here in the bottom of the footer. Now we have link text here. When we open this up, we can say About Us. And then the link URL here, we just erase that hashtag and we put in the link that we want them to go to and then save that page. Now you can see that there are 3. We can have up to, if I'm not mistaken, it's 5 or is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 links in here, but how you would go about doing the number of links that it shows is you simply click on advanced and then you select here the number of links. So now you can see that there's 5 there. If I want 3, 2, 4, we can align this to the left. We can align it to the right. We can align it to the center of the page. However we want to do it, it is totally up to us. We are in control. Another option is to simply hyperlink this text here by clicking on it, placing your link to where you want them to go there. And that will turn that text into a hyperlink, which of course will take them to that terms of service page or whatever you want them to do. You can also place that on a button A lot of options available for you, but this is a couple of ways that you could do that. Hopefully that helps. So the next question is coming in from David, and David is saying, is it possible to build a Facebook database from a list of opt-in email database? Not sure what you mean by a Facebook database. I'm assuming what you mean is it possible to build a list of people in your Facebook account from an email list. That's something that I wouldn't be able to give you any direction on. David, it's not something that I'm assuming is not something that is related with ClickFunnels, so it's not something that we'll be able to address here on the call. So let's go ahead and review some of these other chat windows real quick, see if we have any more questions coming in. Looks as if we do. Okay, so it looks like Adrian is saying, I can't manage to delete the domain name from the old account so that I can use it on the new account I'm using now. Okay. Essentially, Adrian, what you're going to have to do with that one is you're going to have to open up a support request. We're going to have to go into the database and actually remove it ourselves. It's not something that you'll be able to do from your end. So do open up a support request from within your account, and we will get that all squared away for you. So hopefully that helps. It does look like, ladies and gentlemen, that we are in the final stretch of the webinar. We got about 2 minutes left. I do want to thank everybody who was on the call today for your time. It is always a pleasure coming out and serving the ClickFunnels community here, Facebook, YouTube, all over the place. If I missed your question, I do apologize. Again, we'll be here same time tomorrow, going through a live Q&A so that we can answer any questions, comments, or concerns that you might have. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. My name was Andrew Newman. It's been great. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We will see you tomorrow.